Hi everybody, I'm Patrick Dockery. In my life, I have worn many hats and tasted many flavors. As I travel the world, I explore the finest cities in search for culture, history, and great food. Along the way, I get to meet today's most interesting celebrities, focusing on the positive side of life, allowing them to share their causes, charities, and what truly fascinates them. We cook and dine with some of the finest chefs of our time, preparing healthy and delicious meals in some of the hottest restaurants. Also, we showcase the latest, most creative, and hippest trends of beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. I pursue my passion for health and fitness and acquire some of the most innovative wellness strategies. And now I want to share this all with you. So come along on this amazing journey, and together we will experience a world of health, beauty, and life. On today's show, we meet the amazing Kimi Werner. Known for her fearless ocean prowess, this freediving fisherwoman mesmerized many who have seen her swim with a great white 4 times her size. But Kimi cannot be defined by one feat. This artist, culinary expert, and lover of the ocean has so much more to offer. Then we head to the Hawaiian island of Lanai. Here we sit down at the spa at the Four Seasons Resort Lanai at Manali Bay for a personal perfume creation. Just one of the many unique services this world-class resort has to offer. Next, we jump in at iFly and discover what indoor skydiving is all about. But first, we head to the north shore of Oahu, Hawaii, where Kimi Werner calls home. Transworld Surf called Kimi Werner the most badass chick in the world, and a video of her swimming with a 16-foot great white shark might have something to do with that. However, when you're in the presence of the well-accomplished freediver and spear fisherwoman, you immediately feel at ease and relaxed by the nature of Kimi. Not only does she do feats in the water, she is also an accomplished artist, a culinary expert, and the food we got to taste left no doubt in our minds about how special Kimi Werner is. We visited her in her quiet surroundings she calls home near the famous North Shore of Oahu, where we were able to see there's a lot more to Kimi than meets the eye. Wow, look what we have here today. A beautiful feast, huh?
It might be kind of weird food for you, but...
I like weird food.
Good. My mom and my grandma taught me to cook at a very young age, and it was just always a passion of mine, and my dad was always bringing home fresh fish because he was a diver. I just remembered all these days spent with my dad, going out and watching him hunt for our food. He started taking me diving with him when I was 4 years old. It was all those days and those years in the water with my dad, just being comfortable and just understanding how fish work, even if you're not spearing them. And so when I finally did enter with a spear in my hand, ready to learn how to hunt on my own, it came so naturally and so quickly. When I grew up, it was still something I wanted to pursue, so I went to the Culinary Institute of the Pacific right here on Oahu, and I got my degree in cooking. These mushrooms are grown here on the island in Waimanalo, and I stuffed them with root vegetables that were all locally grown too, so go for it.
You want me to go for it?
Cheers.
Cheers. Mushroom cheers.
Not good.
It's Italian-like, you know?
My sister made some homemade pesto. I threw a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's where I got the Italian flavor. Yeah, I taste the basil and everything, yes.
And this is actually an ulu, a breadfruit, and they grow all over the place here.
It looks like potato.
It works just like a potato, and we have an abundance of this fruit, and yet most people here are so much more familiar with working with potatoes than we are even our own native fruit. So I made a hash brown out of that. The Hawaiians used to use the sap as glue. I peeled it, chunked it, grated it, and then that sap came through where you can it just stuck to itself, basically.
It tastes like hash browns.
Good. On this plate, we have my catch of the day, and it's octopus. In Hawaii, we call it he'e. And so this is a he'e salad with locally grown tomatoes and cucumbers and Maui onion, just tossed with some cilantro.
So now, what's the technique? Did you spear this? Did you hook it? How did you do it?
When I find the octopus where he lives, it's a hole. It's a little hole in the rocks, and a lot of people will spear them, but I just kind of tickle them until enough legs come out where I can just pull him out with my hand, and you grab him in your hand and you bite his brain, and he dies.
He has a little small brain, right?
Well, they're really smart creatures, but their brain is easy to find right in between their eyes, and so you actually bite it till you hear a crunch. It goes white, and you got lunch.
Stick around, we have more with Kimi Werner. We're back with Kimi Werner.
That's, I think, why I like diving so much. When you go into the ocean, it's like walking into a big walk-in refrigerator where you can just hand select every day, you know, whatever ingredients you want to work with. And this is venison from Molokai. And so a lot of times when I go fishing, I'll give it to my friends, and the perk of that is exactly that. My friends who hunt will give me venison back. And so I made a stew out of that. It's just working within your community and taking care of each other and sharing. So whenever I catch anything, whether it's fish or octopus or lobsters, whatnot, I'll share with the people around me. And the beautiful thing is that the next day I'll usually have bananas or fresh chicken eggs at my door. And in this case, my friends who go hunting a lot brought by some venison. So you can't get any more organic when it comes to meat.
Absolutely. And I noticed on every island that I've been on, they had more deer there than they had residents.
They are actually an invasive species to Hawaii, and so it's another great way to save the environment. I brown the venison in some olive oil with some onions and garlic and vegetables, and then there's onion, and there's white and black beans.
Yeah, the sustainability came from your family. I mean, the hunting, the cooking, the lifestyle came from how you grew up, right?
You know, my parents were just really poor growing up. So we just grew up in this tiny shack, and it was because they didn't have a lot of money that they did depend off of the ocean and the land so much to put food on the table. It's about connecting with it, appreciating it. You know, I think when you go to the store and you just buy a piece of meat or fish and it's just in styrofoam wrapped up in saran wrap, how can you truly appreciate it the same way as if you were in the environment with this beautiful animal, appreciating it and respecting it? You know, I think that just allows you to cook with that much more love and eat with that much more appreciation. You know, it's not easy to enter the ocean, hold your breath, swim to the bottom of the abyss, and come back up with dinner.
Everything you do is freediving, right?
It is. I don't use any scuba tanks.
It's kind of spiritual, huh?
It's almost like a Zen-like state of meditation that you need to be in order to lower your heart rate and be able to conserve that oxygen. I try and act like I'm shy. I almost hide from the fish because I know that'll pique their curiosity. And in the opposite, if I see a very big fish, like a shark, then I'll usually swim towards it and try to engage with it so that it knows I'm not prey.
Yeah, and like there was a time when you were out there when you actually had an encounter with several sharks and actually with a great white.
It was just like your worst nightmare. You know, it was just the biggest head. You could just see her teeth and her eyes, and I heard myself scream. It wasn't a scream of terror, it was a squeal. It was like
an excitement.
It was like how I squeal when I catch a wave or something. And as soon as I turned towards her and swam towards her, she kind of just acknowledged me as another predator almost. So swimming towards her, it communicates that I'm not prey. So I just knew, okay, whatever you're doing, it's working because you're still alive.
Yeah, don't freak out.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna be able to swim away from her and like escape her, right?
They're so fast.
And this one time she started coming up from below, and so I swam down to face her off basically, and I thought she would just pass. But this time when she started to pass, she just slowed down. I just reached out, I touched her fin to let her know I'm right here, and we just swam together. Complete high, and she came back and we actually did it a few more times. Okay, I think I'm gonna get out of the water and not push my chances.
Man, I don't know if I could do that, but you pulled it off. No tank, nothing.
Right.
Just right in nature, just communing and enjoying and connecting.
Exactly.
You also are into art.
I feel like when you are constantly in this underwater world, since I was a little kid, my favorite part was just being in a world where I could fly. And you're the one, you can go down and see them if you want, but you can fly away. And it just, that was a sense of freedom that made my heart so happy as a kid, and it still does today. And I think that when you spend that much time in a place with that much inspiration, you have to express it somehow. And so for me, I paint about it.
It's the way you use your colors that I really enjoy.
I guess for me, my main passion is Hawaii's environment and the people who live here, and anything that I can do to inspire people to be more connected to their environment, to love it to the point where you want to take better care of your natural resources. That's my passion. And whether that's just through paintings, having art shows, you know, making more videos, or whether it's just feeding people that I meet for the first time and trying to leave them with a little something, that is what I'd like to focus on the most.
That's beautiful. I love it. That's a great ambition, you know, that's what life's all about, right?
I think so.
Kimmy, thank you so much for having us in your home.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being here with us today. And until next time, just remember to enjoy. Next up, the spa at the Four Seasons Resort, Lanai. Welcome back to the spa at the Four Seasons Resort at Manali Bay. The Four Seasons of Lanai offers the best in amenities, pristine beaches, and the romantic Sweetheart Rock. And what better way to pamper your sweetheart than by blending a custom fragrance for her at the Four Seasons Spa. We sat down with Head of Spa Operations, Jaana Roth, for a special fragrance blending like you've never seen before. What are we going to be doing here today?
So we are going to do a custom blend. We call it Demi Blend, and it's 100% organic perfume. Ooh. And we are going to create a memory of the islands. So when you go back home, every time you use the perfume, it will bring you right back here to the Lanai.
That's right, and the romance and the relaxation.
You remember everything you did here.
Wow, that is, I can't wait. I mean, that is something so unique. And who thought of this? Did you come up with this, or?
No, the company is actually from Carmel, California.
Okay.
It's called Arsna.
Okay.
And Jane Hendler is the co-founder and the CEO, and she has come up with a lot of different accords and blends, and that's some of them we'll be using today.
Great, well let's get started. I can't wait to see what you're going to do here.
Right, so I have chosen actually 7 different blends for you to choose from, and we can blend them together, and we'll start first pretty much sniffing them and let your nose be the guide. Okay. And since you're blending it hopefully for your wife, you know what she likes. Does she like more fruity, more florally?
I would say more florally.
Okay. Yeah. Tropical, since we are in the tropics.
Tropicals are great, yes, absolutely.
So let me see. You can close your eyes and start smelling. And then after you have smelled it, I will tell you what's in there.
Okay, keep my eyes closed. All right, I'll look away. Tell me when you're ready.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay, so you hold it and smell it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't want to look. Wow.
What does it bring you?
Clean, really clean.
That's called Desire.
Love it.
And the main chords in there, of course, jasmine, that we have a lot of it around us here as well. Blood orange, there's lots of citrus.
Yeah, I could smell that citrus hit, yeah.
Then there also is agarwood, which is one of the most expensive organic oils. Yep, and sandalwood.
I did smell, now I'm smelling the sandalwood, absolutely, after the fact.
Yeah, florally, woody.
Okay,
together.
I loved it, nice. Fragrance after fragrance featuring vanilla, jasmine, balsa wood, sandalwood, and Douglas firs, citruses like orange, lime, and grapefruit, each one telling a different story of the islands. They also provide you with Kona coffee taken right from the islands to cleanse your palate. It's amazing how that just, oh my gosh, I'm back to neutral.
There you go.
I love it. I'm looking away. There, that's her. So
there's a little bit of jasmine, lemon, but there's a Douglas fir, it's sambac.
Yeah, but it's still sweet.
It is.
Yeah.
It's sweet, but has a little bit of wood undernote, so that the fur.
Nice. Nice, really nice.
Smells like a...
This kind of does remind me of the island.
Exactly.
Because you have all these pines around and you notice this fragrance. This is awesome. Okay, this is going in the definitely like column.
Okay, light pile. Yes. Perfect.
Our sense of smell has a powerful way of transporting us to the memories of long ago. After picking the right fragrance, you will magically be brought back to your stay on Lanai every time you wear your perfume.
That is nice. That's kind of... I love it. And everybody's different with their body.
Everybody, yeah, because it might smell completely different on you.
What do you think?
Oh, I love it.
Isn't it nice?
I'm the tropical flower.
I would totally, this is something a guy would, I mean, I know it's not supposed to be for a guy, but this is amazing.
Yeah, and we have lots of different scents. I mean, over 30 or 40 to choose from. And then do the woodsy, male.
Right,
we have like even tobacco.
Wow.
Oh yeah, resins.
And it's all organic, natural.
Everything.
You know, and I was very impressed by what you did here. And I think people, when they come here, they have to experience this. Absolutely.
It will bring them back to Lanai.
Right, it does. Every time you smell it, you're back here where you love being here, and you mentally go back there, and it's amazing. Thanks so much. And thank you so much for being here with us today. And until next time, just remember to enjoy.
Coming up next, indoor skydiving at iFly. We're back. Time to fly inside at iFly. Welcome to the exciting world of iFly. No parachutes, no jumping, and nothing attaching you to planet Earth. Just you and the incredible feeling of flight. Well, hello everybody. Today we're here at iFly Seattle with Willow, who's going to be my instructor. Now this is not all there is to this. I mean, there are fans on the roof. Tell us how this all works.
Well, most of this building is the wind tunnel. Okay, so what we've got up top is four 400 horsepower American exhaust fans. And what they're doing is they're pulling air out of the tunnel and recirculating it around the building. It's kind of like
creating a vortex.
Yeah. So the huge red building, like most of this is the tunnel. We're just kind of wedged in between. Okay. So we've got these doors on either side to kind of bleed warm air out and cold air in, so we can change the temperature, because sometimes it heats up a little bit in there.
Yeah, I imagine it would.
Yeah, friction, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Now, how high are we going to go up today?
Well, towards the end there, I'm going to take you to the top.
So, but you're going to show
right off the bat,
right?
Functionally, right, we'd stay between the net and maybe like the top of the glass, okay?
And what are our goals here today? What are we trying to accomplish?
Relax and hold still, man. You stay in one spot, you're going to pick up way more than if you're trying to control the wind. Yeah.
And you know, this is a form of exercise that
you're
getting into. Tell us a little bit about that.
Tunnel shape is a whole different kind of shape.
Tunnel
it's kind
shape.
of a, tunnel shape, right? It's a passive kind of engagement, right? You're not so much flexing in there, right? You don't want to waste your energy, because the harder you try to control the wind, the less it's going to work for you. So if anything, it's an exercise in controlled laziness.
Okay.
Which doesn't sound like it's too challenging, but you know, we'll find out.
And that'll work your core a lot.
Oh, huge core, linear stabilization right down the middle.
Right on.
Yeah, you're gonna feel great.
Okay, now tell me, once we get that down, what are some of the things that people can do here? I know obviously they can train for skydiving.
They can.
Tell us about that.
What this allows you to do is learn these techniques in a controlled environment. So we can end up showing you form critiques without having you know, the whole canopy ride and landing and going over your video. So you can get instant feedback by using our delayed video system. Okay. Also, the instructor can show you, you know, chin up a little bit more, hips forward a little bit more. A lot of the times you could be on the cusp of getting a technique and you got to pull and then you lose it, right? But in here, we can just go an extra minute if you want. You know?
Well, the nice thing is you said that, you know, and generally when you're jumping out of an airplane and you're flying, your time's very limited.
It is. You got to be very effective time management wise.
Here, as long as you can hang in here, right?
Let's keep going, man. No joke.
And learn and learn and learn.
Oh, yeah.
And how long does it generally take so you can actually do some maneuvers? I mean, I know today we're going to just do the basics, but...
Well, there are 6 basic points of motion. We need to see a right and a left 360, okay? Moving forward and backwards and up and down. All of that is with control, okay? So you got to show us that you're doing it on purpose, you know, and not just kind of floating all over the place. Yeah, anybody can float around and bounce off the walls. You know, a watermelon can float around and bounce off the walls. I just want you to show me more control than a watermelon.
Okay, great.
So once you've got those 6 6 points, you're actually checked off as a level 1 flyer, right?
Okay.
Which means that we trust you. You know,
Right.
I'd be, oh, he's good, he's checked off. You know, so you can kind of hop in. We teach you how to enter and exit on your own as well.
Okay.
The more of these techniques you kind of pick off, the more we can actually end up teaching you.
Great.
Okay? As much as I want to hug you for 60 seconds, I'd rather teach you how to fly.
Absolutely, and then you enjoy it more, right?
No joke, right?
So the longer you spend, the better you get, and that's the way we go.
There you go.
Well, we're gonna hop in. It should be pretty fun, and I'm in good hands here with Willow, so let's do it.
All right.
So, the next time you're feeling like an adrenaline junkie or planning your next awesome party or event, head over to your nearest iFly and enjoy the ride. Well, here we are with the crew. I mean, I had a great time. Thanks so much. So how did I do?
You did exceptional, actually.
Really?
And I'm not even saying this for the show, man. That was amazing.
You know why? I paid attention.
That's all you
And
got.
I
You relaxed. You relaxed,
relaxed.
right? Turning on the first go never happens.
Really?
Never.
No, it
Because
doesn't
I
happen.
just remembered to enjoy. That's all I did. You know? I loved it. Thanks so much for everybody being here. And thank you so much for being here with us today. And until next time, just remember to enjoy. Okay, welcome back. Thanks to all of our guests on this week's show. And a special thanks to our travel partners. Alaskan Airlines, the Royal Hawaiian, a luxury collection resort, Island Air, Moana Surfrider, a luxury collection resort, and the Four Seasons Resort Lanai at Manali Bay. And until next time, just remember to enjoy.